Hey, what's up, guys? I want to do a little video talking about some gun stuff, gun laws. An interesting thing I just learned. I'm refreshing my memory with Pennsylvania gun law. Obviously, I'm a gun owner in Pennsylvania. I've known the laws, but I want to refresh my memory, and I'm glad I did because I learned of a new law. It doesn't pertain to me, but it's still fascinating, and I want to talk about it a little bit, get a discussion going about this. I'm not sure if this is the same in other states, so please enlighten me. People who do live in other states who are, gun owners and people who carry and things of that nature. I want to know what your state laws are. I only focus on Pennsylvania because that's where I currently live. So anyway, what brought this on is I'm considering carrying a shotgun in my other vehicle. I want to have a shotgun in there. Why not, right? I have a handgun at all times. Why not a shotgun? Why not both? Who knows? We'll see what, what happens. But I can legally do that. I can carry a shotgun around in my car if I feel like it. So in looking up laws, I discovered a law which maybe I missed the first time. It's new to me. I don't think it's a new law, but it's definitely new to me. But in the state of Pennsylvania, if you're applying for a concealed carry permit, if you don't know, in Pennsylvania, you can openly carry a firearm without a permit. You don't need to go get anything special. Just living in Pennsylvania, you can carry a gun if you want. In fact, you don't even have to live in Pennsylvania to do that. You can just be passing through. In fact, you can get a permit. You can get a concealed carry permit in Pennsylvania, and you do not have to live here. You can be an out-of-state resident. But let's say you have friends or family in PA, and every time you come up, you want to conceal carry a gun. You can't do it at home. You want to do it up here. You can do that. You have to go to the sheriff's office in the major cities and apply for one. So anyway, but you will be denied if you have a dishonorable discharge from the military. That's the point of this video, is to tell you that. Pennsylvania, just found out just now, probably not a new law, but it's new to me, that you can be denied and will be denied for a concealed carry permit if you have a dishonorable discharge from the United States military. When I first read that, I didn't think much of it. I was going through a list of all the different laws and stuff. I'm like, okay, well, I don't have a dishonorable discharge, so I'm not worried about it. I don't have any discharge, which is probably good. Just go see a doctor if you have a little discharge. So it kind of got me thinking, though. I'm like, wait a minute, because I don't know much about being dishonorably discharged from the military, so I want to look into it and see what reasons could you be dishonorably discharged, and are those reasons good enough to strip your right in Pennsylvania to have the option to carry concealed. So I was curious about this, so I looked it up, and I'm going to read you some different reasons why you may be discharged dishonorably from the military. So a couple obvious ones you'll see, but it's just interesting. So I want to read it to you and talk about it a little bit. The first one would be a general court martial. Okay, the general court martial is one of the three varieties of court martial, and the only one capable of handing down a dishonorable discharge. While summary and special courts martials have a number of restrictions upon what penalties they have the authority to impose, depending on the offense in question, the general court martial is allowed to dispense any punishment permissible in the Uniform Code of Military Justice, or UCMJ. While the special court martial is often considered to be a misdemeanor court due to the relatively minor nature of the offense dealt with there, the general court martial is considered to be the military's felony court. Based upon the severity of the offenses brought before it, it is only these most severe felony level offenses, therefore, which warrant a dishonorable discharge. Okay, fine. So if you're a felon in the military, you do something wrong, you can have a dishonorable discharge because of that. Okay, fine. That's fine. The next one, murder. Okay, that's a good reason. If you murder someone that you're not supposed to, anyway, in the military, of course, there's a lot of murder going on, but it's justifiable murder. You're in the military, as long as it's the enemy, right? Um, but let's see the definition of murder here. Any killing which would be subject to penalties of murder in a civil proceeding would also be a crime resulting in a dishonorable discharge in a military court, in addition to a maximum penalty of life in prison or death. So, not really much of an issue there. Obviously, that's a given. Sexual crimes. Any serviceman found guilty of rape of a woman. This is the first time I'm actually reading this part. Any serviceman found guilty of rape of a woman, and then they have in quotes, not his wife, can be given a dishonorable discharge with a maximum penalty also of death. Wait, let me read that again. I swear to God, it's the first time I'm reading this particular part, and I'm a little baffled. So let me read it and comprehend. We'll figure this out together. Any serviceman found guilty of rape of a woman, not his wife. Does that mean he can rape his wife? That seems odd. Can be given a dishonorable discharge with a maximum penalty also of death. Okay, so if you rape someone, if you're in the military and you're stationed somewhere else and you rape someone, you could be sentenced to death. Interesting. But as long as it's not your wife. Okay, dishonorable discharges can also be granted for a military version of statutory rape, which uses under 16 years as its age threshold. Okay, so statutory rape in a military circumstance also grounds for dishonorable discharge. Okay, fine. Sex crimes. I get that. That's fine. You're, a horrible human being, a disgusting male pig, and you force sex upon women who don't want to have sex with you. Sure, your right to carry a firearm is stripped from you. Okay, I agree with that. Absolutely. All right, other civil crimes. Dishonorable discharges can also be issued for a variety of other crimes, also found in Civil Penal Code. Depending on degree and circumstance, these crimes can include theft, drug-related crimes, forgery, perjury, and maiming, among others. Okay, so still, you're a criminal in a military circumstance. You're doing crimes, so therefore you're losing your right to defend yourself with a firearm by carrying one legally. I get that. Still on board. Okay, military-specific crimes. Although dishonorable discharges are often issued in military martial procedure for crimes with specific civil counterparts, there are a few crimes which warrant this punishment that are specific to the military. Most notably among these are the crimes of desertion and sedition. Desertion is typically defined as an extended absence from one's military post with the intent to abandon military service indefinitely. Sedition, also referred to as mutiny, is typically defined as attempting to incite a rebellion or overthrow military or civil authority. Okay, so if you just up and leave and desert your military, then they say, sorry, you can't get a carry permit. I also agree. So what are your thoughts on these? Do you know any specific instances in your life, anyone who you know who's been dishonorably discharged from the military? And if so, what reasons? And on top of that, do you feel that they should be denied the right to get a carry permit in any state? It doesn't have to just be Pennsylvania. I'm sure this law does carry over to other states in the U.S. Yeah, it's just an interesting topic. Like I said, new to me. This is a law that I probably read before. I'm sure it's nothing new. I just wasn't, focused on it because it didn't apply to me. So I thought that was interesting. Just thinking, just talking. Obviously, I'm doing a lot of talking. What do you guys feel about that? What do you think about that? Do you think that there should be other laws in place that should deny you or strip you the right to legally defend yourself with a firearm by, i.e., carrying one? Obviously, if you can't legally carry one, you can't legally defend yourself with one. I always want to advocate, being a good law-abiding citizen. We can't fight for our rights unless we know them. It's quite ignorant to say this isn't right, that's not right, and to be committing crimes, even if you don't agree with them. You can have a crappy knife law and it says your blade has to be less than 4 inches, and there's no real good reason for that at all. But if you're walking around with an illegal knife, you have no right to really complain, because how can you really complain about laws if you're not following them? Just because you don't agree with them doesn't mean anything. You have to use your power as a citizen to get a hold of the right people, get a hold of politicians that count, and change their mind and change the laws. Rally other people together. You see laws you don't like, it doesn't have to be about knives or guns. It could be a traffic law that you think is stupid. It could be just some misdemeanor thing. It could be the silliest thing in the world. But if you don't like it, don't just walk around and not like it. Get people together who think alike. Get some like-minded people. Make some phone calls. Make some phone calls to the people who are important. The governors and state officials and every politician you could possibly get a hold of, that matters in your state or your town or your city or wherever you live. That's how you do it. What do they say? You fight with a pen. We love to fight with a sword, but we get nowhere doing that. You have to fight with a pen. You have to fight with your mind. You have to be smart. You have to educate yourself and educate others. And if you show everyone, make your point very clear, perhaps those laws will change. And then you'll be happy. We'll all be happy. Trust me. So anyway, gun laws, a lot of conflict out there. It's funny. You don't hear a lot of people. I know I'm rambling. Sorry. But yeah, you're watching. So obviously you like it a little bit. Or you're just eating something and your hands are all sticky. So you can't hit the mouse yet. You really want to. You don't want to hear any of this right now. You're done with this video, but you got sticky fingers because you're eating a messy sandwich and there's a little mayo right there and you don't want to screw up the mouse. Or you're not by your computer and you're listening. That's probably giggling somewhere. Anyway, knife laws. I don't hear people complaining about knife laws. People focus on guns so much, and it's like, oh my God, I can't believe that this person's allowed to have a gun, and I'm safe, and my children are in a dangerous world, blah, blah, blah. I don't hear anyone saying, oh my God, that guy can carry a knife, and it's 4 inches long, and it's dangerous, he's going to stab my kids. And so at least, God, please, at least we don't have that. I love my guns. I love my guns, and I love my freedom. I need this great United States of America to carry that thing everywhere I go. I stay in Pennsylvania. I carry it. I love it. I love the option to carry it. Okay, that's all it is. It's not a cowboy mentality where I'm looking for a fight. I'm looking to do a gunslinging and shooting. Of course not. None of us are. But it's an option. We're prepared. Anyway, all I'm saying is, as much as I love my guns, I love my knives more. Yes, I love them more. So I'm glad the laws aren't as focused on as much. And not argued by the masses as much as guns are. What conflict? By the way, a little random thing. I know this is, I don't even know what to call this video. It might just be a random blabbering vlog. But guess what? Car Arms is looking to come to my county. They are looking to purchase an industrial park because they're sick of New York and New York's laws. So they might be coming over to PA in my area. So that would be pretty cool. Who knows? Maybe get a job there. Maybe do some videos there, a little factory tour. Maybe get some guns to review or something. But hopefully that works out. So, yay for you, Car Arms. You're sick and tired of New York and the ridiculous gun laws, so you're just up and moving to the woods. That's cool. Good for you. I hope it works. I think they're offering like $2 million or something for this industrial park. So I hope that goes through. That would be fantastic. So cross your fingers for that. Well, at least I will. You probably don't care, to be honest, unless you live in PA. Anyway, that's all. I will really go now because I got other things to do. But I'm procrastinating. When you get into that, you just have stuff to do that's just boring. You don't really want to do it. You're just kind of like finding reasons and excuses not to do it. But I have to click off this video because I really have to go do this stuff. It's important. I need to go wash my underwear so I have something to wear tomorrow. Okay? Can't be freeballing it. Causing all kinds of troubles going commando like that. Can't be getting in that kind of trouble. So that's it. I will see you later. Have a wonderful day. And I was going to say I'll see you later again, but I already said it the first time. So I screwed up the ending. Screwed it up.